Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees get their doors blown off in the Bronx, and they're 3-7 in their last 10. Oh, but they're a good team. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports for New York Nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe.
Weathers has given up 3 home runs on 8 pitches. What's going on? What is going on?
Maybe Trent listens to the show when he drives to the ballpark, and Eric from Bayville actually motivated Trent. Who knows? You know, the problem with Trent, and I didn't even bring this up.
It's New York Minute Sports.
Well, there you have it, folks. Welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I was in the building tonight in the Bronx, and man, David Weathers lets up those 3 home runs right in the beginning of the game, and the air was out of the building. But guess what? The New York Yankees took the air out of the building even before the game started. And what I mean is, with tonight's starting lineup, are you crazy? Are you absolutely batshit crazy? Aaron, Baboon, Buffoon, Bubbles, wow! Because it's on you tonight and this lineup that you decided to trot out there. The New York Yankees tried to outsmart baseball once again and think that their bench is one of the best in baseball or is an all-star team, because guess what? The New York Yankees players are not that good on the bench. And when you start guys like Ahmad Rosario in the 3 spot, I don't know what you're doing. You're trying to outsmart baseball. These guys need to get into a rhythm. You don't have the luxury to sit Ben Rice, Cody Bellinger, and Jazz Chisholm. I don't care how bad those guys are playing. Those dudes need to be in the lineup every single day. And you would have thought that Randy Johnson was coming to town, the evil left-hander. The Angels pitcher had a 10.5 ERA before today's game, and the New York Yankees are moving heaven and earth to design their roster around this guy. You need to run out the same lineup every single day. Guys like Cody Bellinger, Ben Rice, and Jazz Chisholm need to play every single day. Now the New York Yankees are out of first place. The New York Yankees are 3-7 in their last 10. And I was ringing this bell 2 weeks ago, trying to tell you that they're the empty calorie Yankees and that this will come home to roost. And now the Yankees do not hit. They're 28th in Major League Baseball in average. And the only guy that scored a run tonight was the dude that you had collecting dust on the bench all night long in Ben Rice. And that's another thing I don't get, is that you take a guy like Ben Rice, who's been red hot, and you sit him the last 2 nights for Paul Goldschmidt. This guy isn't a machine. You don't play baseball on a computer. It's not an algorithm. It's on the diamond. Ben Rice has got to get into a rhythm. You're really robbing this guy of the absolute amazing year that he could have, because Ben Rice is the best hitter on the New York Yankees right now, period, stop, and he's no good on the bench. Put a catcher glove in his hand, because you know what? Austin Wells ain't doing it for me either. He's another guy on the list, and I know he got a hit tonight, but now think about how times have changed. We're celebrating dudes when they're do what they're supposed to do, like Gittrick getting a standing ovation after he went 0 for 16 tonight. That's what you're supposed to do. When did the bar as Yankee fans get lowered so much that now we're celebrating dudes who get 1 single after it's April 15th? And then you got guys like Trent Grisham last night who go nuclear last night in the Bronx, and then they're asleep tonight. So this is what I'm talking about. The New York Yankees and the game that you watched last night was not a good sign. It wasn't the New York Yankees waking up out of their slumber. It was the New York Yankees hitting bad pitching for once. You saw what happened tonight when they came back to earth and they couldn't score any runs. That's why this loss goes directly on Aaron Baboon, because you tinkered with the lineup. They went over. They got their lunch eaten, and at the end of the game in the 8th or 9th inning, I can't remember what it was, Ben Rice comes in and gets an RBI. So the guy that you kept out of the roster is the only guy that scored a run. That points everything at you, Aaron Boone. And I don't know how Aaron Boone isn't on the hot seat after the hot start that the New York Yankees had, and now they're a 500 ball club, folks. They had 4 guys available in their bullpen tonight. Do you think you can win games like that? Do you think you can win games with Ahmad Rosario hitting in the 3 spot, Dietrich hitting in the 6th? This team is dismal at best, and they are lucky that they had all those wins in the beginning of the year, because they would be with the Blue Jays in last place right now. The New York Yankees aren't hitting. Everybody on the team is hitting 200. The bullpen is already spent in the beginning of a 4-game set against the Angels. It's only going to get worse tomorrow if Luis Gil comes out and labors on the mound again and only gives them 4 innings. The New York Yankees are going to be in a world of hurt. I brought up the example of the Yankees a year ago against the Dodgers when they were winning and they went into that series and they lost 14-3 and they got bombed out. The New York Yankees are in the process of getting their bullpen completely decimated by the Anaheim Angels. I want to repeat, the New York Yankees are getting their bullpen decimated by the Anaheim Angels. The New York Yankees are favorites to go to the World Series, and they're not playing like it. The New York Yankees can't hit water if they fell out of a boat. The New York Yankees can't stop a nosebleed. Their 8th inning guy has an ERA of 8. They just sent down Bird today. Blackburn had to pitch a majority of both games last night. Blackburn is mop-up duty. The guy is a custodian. That's what he comes in to do. And when you see him, he's the canary in the coal mine for a 500 team, because that means your starting pitching isn't getting done. And I saw a picture of Carlos Rodon today. It looks like he's 3 months away from being due. You know, just because you got chips in your elbow and scrambled eggs in your brain doesn't mean that you can't get on a bike and pedal your feet and stay in shape, because I just saw a picture of him standing next to Garrett Cole. He looks 20 pounds overweight. I'm telling you, man, I've been watching the New York Yankees for way too long. All the arrows in the tea leaves are pointing in a dismal season right now, unless these guys get into a rhythm, unless these guys start getting into a routine. And the New York Yankees think they can outsmart baseball. I'm telling you, it's just like Father Time. You can't beat it. You can't outsmart baseball, no matter how many Harvard and Yale guys you get and how many times you look at paper in the matchups. It's a human game. This wasn't Scooble coming into the game tonight, left-hander. This guy had a 10 ERA before tonight's game. And speaking of left-handers, Weathers, you know, I was worried about this. It's good start, bad start, good start, bad start. You can't afford that with a 4-man rotation for the first 3 weeks of the season. Now you add the wild card of Luis Gil. And this is what I said 4 games ago after they got swept. I'm worried about the approach with the starting pitching, with Will Warren not giving them length, Weathers not giving them length, and Luis Gil not giving them length. 2 of them have not given us length. Luis Gil's turn is tomorrow against the Anaheim Angels, and I am praying that he goes 7 innings, because the New York Yankees will have nobody to throw out there because they are taxed, and they still got another game after this. Thank God Max Fried will be pitching, but the New York Yankees need starting pitching help immediately. They need help in the bullpen immediately. They have no protection for Aaron Judge in the lineup, and they have bench players all over the place. They have 3 platoons at 3 different spots. The New York Yankees are down bad. And the only way that they can turn around that is not by trying to be cute and by putting out your main guys that are going to get you to the promised land this year. And that's Ben Rice, Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger. No days off right now. You need to put some distance in the division while other teams are playing poorly. You should be taking advantage of this month because the Blue Jays are in the basement and Crochet just let up 12 runs in his start last night. So you're literally on borrowed time, New York Yankees. But If you haven't heard yet, me and Michael K have been having a little back and forth. You can check out all the stuff on the reels here. New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN on Instagram. Also has all the clips and stuff. And also, whenever after I call, I hang up. I don't listen to the rest of the show. So I've been inundated with people sending me videos, sending me footage of what he's been saying. And this guy was going on for his whole show, apparently. But I got sent one clip that I just want to clarify some stuff. You can go to the other video that I shot today. I called ESPN Radio on the air here, and you saw my phone ring and then go white. They blocked my phone number. Now, Michael K is definitely the one that put that into motion, because why would my number be blocked today? It's never been blocked. I called up ESPN all the time. But I want you to listen to this clip, and I want to let you know, my New York nuts, that Michael K is trying to lie directly to my nuts, and nobody lies to my nuts, Michael K. Let's go to this video clip. Listen to what Michael had to say. And what's great is that we live in the era of technology. Everything has timestamps. There's nothing but receipts, Mike. And I can show you. As soon as I called today, I rolled film and showed that you blocked me. But let's hear what Michael K had to say, because the stories aren't lining up.
From this, Michael.
Well, we have not heard from him yet, Javier, so it's odd.
I would have thought the way that he came out yesterday with his chest out in front of him, he would be the first caller today. But, we can't all.
So I just want to let you know, Michael K knowingly knows that my phone number is blocked from the show. So he's doing that with the full knowledge, and he's lying to his own fans now. But see, this is the thing. This is the great part. I am the best thing that happened to Michael K's show since he went solo from 1 to 3. Since he left the group of 3 guys, he went from 1 to 3, and it's pretty much been like the waiting room in a dentist office. When everyone's there, but they really don't want to be there. And then I took up so much real estate in this guy's head that he's got to lie to his own fans, and that he blocked my phone number. So if you hear the caster or you see him, let him know on the radio. Let me get unblocked. But by the way, I'm not calling him back. I don't want to give him that much top rate entertainment. And that's what you get right here on New York Minute. Why am I going to call Mike's show and give him good radio? No, Mike. It goes the other way around. You need me, and you need entertainment. So you know what? Maybe I'll think about calling your show back. And even if you block me, and a lot of people were saying, get a burner, get a fake phone number. I don't need to do any of that. I made my point. I got New York Minute right here. I am on a social media platform and YouTube rather than the Jurassic Park archaic radio that ESPN Radio's on. But then he gives with one hand and he takes with the other. Now, I want you to listen to this clip, which is very perplexing to me. Let's go to the videotape.
Maybe Trent listens to the show when he drives to the ballpark, and Eric from Bayville actually motivated Trent. Who knows?
Whoa.
Maybe
New York Minute motivated Trent Grisham. Well, that's some breaking news right here on New York Minute Sports. So this is going to be a very interesting Yankee season. We got a 500 ball club on our hands right now. New York Minute Sports, one of the fastest growing sports shows right here on YouTube. And we have the voice of the Yankees, and our New York Nut fan base is on his radar, baby. He literally said during the broadcast his phone was blowing up, and that's because of the New York Minute Nuts, guys. And remember, if you can't be good, bad, baby. Good night, Canada.